What is going on YouTube? Hater back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically in today's video, we have to talk about a few key interesting finds in regards to the way these cryptocurrencies have been accumulating over the weekend and waiting for the S&P 500 and the reaction that we got when we had the CPI inflation data. But as you guys can see, I'm currently on XRP right now, and the markets have been doing pretty much exactly how we expected. Now, if we just, minus this little section right here, the craziness that happened here with this major dump and then major reversal to the upside here, if we ignore that and separate that, for the most part, we've pretty much been hanging out and doing exactly as we figured we would do on these charts. Over the past couple of days, we managed to retest major resistance, mainly being the top of the the top of the relative strength indicator right here, which was a signal we're probably going to correct back down and get more so in line with these other cryptocurrencies here to kind of balance us out at the same level on the relative strength indicator. That's pretty much what we did. Over the past couple of days, we've lowered ourselves. We corrected. This was expected and anticipated. Finally, we're back down closer to about 51 on the relative strength indicator, and hopefully we can actually start to trend out of this very soon. Now, obviously each candle here represents a day, and my little drawing is another like 2 weeks, but the goal here moving forward is that we can start to lift up. That's the goal here. Just separate ourselves. The goal, the big picture here, is that we want to move outside of this major descending triangle here. There's a major downtrend here where XRP has had a fairly difficult time breaking through this. The goal is that we, over time here, start to trend outside of it, start to hang out outside of this major downtrend here, and hopefully this separates ourselves from this major resistance and the major problematic zone that we have. Every time we come to retest this zone here, we typically get rejected. Well, because we're starting to trend outside of it, the goal is that we can do exactly that and continue to trend outside, separating ourselves from the downtrend here, and eventually starting to float up higher, because that's ideally what we have to do, is break outside of these major resistances. XRP seems to be one of the first cryptos starting to do that, and hopefully we can stick above this, not break through it, and hang out and hopefully start to, swing to the upside. That's the ideal goal here. Now, moving forward, looking at these other cryptocurrencies, we do have to look at Ethereum and Bitcoin, so on and so forth. We're going to go in depth about them in a second here. With all that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. Super quickly, guys, I just wanted to let you know I dropped a new video on my second finance channel, which is linked down in the description. Make sure to go check it out. It's basically called "This Man Will Kill the US Dollar," and it's a pretty crazy video. And it really does shed some light on how the US dollar was created and who is ultimately behind the backing and support of the dollar. And if this man decides to choose elsewhere to support another currency, it will have a very negative impact on, the US dollar. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'm also deciding on doing another giveaway. If you guys are interested, you remember my crypto coin displays here, which is loading, so I have to reset that. But if you would like to win another one of those with $130 value, let me know, and the giveaway will be subscribing to my second channel here and basically getting me to 1,000 subs. That's the goal here, but I will be doing that giveaway and hopefully getting some views back to this channel here. And yeah, let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. But with that all being said, moving forward here, you can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. A quick refresh reveals that most of the market is still consolidating as expected here. This was anticipated, expected. We had a major dump within the CPI inflation data, major reversal after that, and since then we've pretty much been back on track, doing absolutely nothing here but trading sideways. This was expected, anticipated. Unfortunately, Ethereum showing us, revealing some potential key information in regards to possible trades, which is pretty cool. And obviously, if you guys don't remember, we do all of our trades here on Patreon, which is also linked down in the description. I publicize all my cryptocurrency trades over there, and we also have a trading masterclass, which is super cool. Make sure to check it out. My friend Brady and I are the ones that run it, so he is a great help if he's watching this. Super helpful. He pretty much is the reason that I'm able to offer a Patreon, because I don't have time to do everything and run all social media platforms here. So just want to let you guys know that, link down in the description. But as you guys can see, most of these cryptocurrencies have pretty much fallen stagnant here. Bitcoin stagnant, Ethereum stagnant here. You can see, where is it? XRP stagnant, BNB pretty much every crypto, Cardano, Solana, Dogecoin, Matic right here, Polkadot, Tron, Shiba, like everything is pretty much just flatlined out as expected here, as this is pretty much where we were prior to seeing the major reversal within the markets here, the major dump and then the major run to the upside here. But I'm still focused quite a bit on the way Ethereum's been trading, because even though everything else has been floating up and down and pretty much just falling stagnant with uncertainty, Ethereum's been one of those cryptos that has managed to reveal a potentially interesting sign of a new swing to the upside here, or a new timing, you know, finding the time on these coins as to when this breakout could happen. And it could literally be any day now. The way these coins have been trending, you can see here we've been filling in the gap, you know, inside the symmetrical triangle. This was a big scare, but ultimately we decided to trend outside or reverse back inside of it, pretty much liquidating or getting rid of that off the market. So ignore the way this candle formed here. But for the most part, we have this downtrend here, this support, sorry, the price floor that we've been using quite a bit here. We also have this downtrend, which is quite important. So whether or not this is the candle to look at right here, this is the chart, or whether it's the symmetrical triangle, regardless, we are using this as a resistance here. We do have some sort of uptrend here where the prices are kind of, you know, ping-ponging inside of it, and ultimately going to come to some sort of decision closer to the 22nd, 23rd, which is the end of this week before we get, you know, a final say. And ideally, the big thing is here is if we close a daily below supports $1,200, maybe we close at, yeah, I'd say $1,250, maybe a little bit lower. Anything below $1,250 would be confirmed correction here, and we'd probably see the prices dump to the downside. Ideally, though, we're looking for a bigger run. And it could mostly happen because we're seeing things like the S&P 500 fall pretty stagnant here. We're starting to see things like the S&P 500 get pretty low to the RSI, and we're long overdue now for a potential pump. We've had a major dump here, a major dump at that. The markets overall are down quite a bit here, with the price range currently down about 27% at its peak, currently trending at 25%. We're getting nailed, we're getting hammered, and the current rally, or the current dump that we had here, sent us down to about 19%, currently down about 16.6%. So what we're looking for here is an end to this run and maybe start to see a flip. We saw a pretty big reversal here, saying that, hey, this is pretty much where we're holding on to support here. You can see where it's pretty much the top, it's neckline here. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line, just another support line right here. Where is it? We just draw this horizontal line pretty much at the top, right where neckline seems to be, just like this. You can see where we've had neckline on this double bottom. It's pretty interesting that we're back to retesting this, but you can see where we had the double bottom form here. This is neckline that we needed a break, so it is holding on to support. It's also kind of like the start, interesting, of the rally. Once we broke through this, it was, you know, it was over. We saw a massive and immediate reversal and swing back to the upside here. But ideally, we have to hold above this. If we cannot hold above this support here, things aren't going to look good, and we could easily see a very substantial dump to the downside. The good news that we have here is the fact that we are becoming very close to oversold. That could ultimately lift the price up, and that's really what we're looking for here, is to either, you know, stay inside this channel for however long you want, or start to reverse up. The longer we can hang out in here, the better we are, because when we were trending outside of this, this was all overbought, and I think it'll look better when we jump to the weekly here. On the weekly chart, this was all overbought. Understand that. Last time we were at this level right here, where we're currently oversold, we were also nearing overbought. We were trading at 62 on the RSI. Now we're trading at 35. So things are completely reversed here, and we're looking for more consolidation. So the longer we can trend this and maybe, you know, get a little more certainty and trend inside of here, the better it is overall for the markets here, because we don't want to bottom. We don't want to fall this low. That would be horrible and horrendous for the S&P, because it will drain all the cryptocurrencies with it. That's the big thing here. We don't want to fall all the way this low. This was horrendous for the market. This was terrible. Although we reversed out of it, you know, incredibly well here, it didn't have inflation. This was what caused inflation. But this is what I'm panicking about. Ideally, what I expected and anticipated and was just too blindsided by the major profits we made here was that we're finally back inside this channel here, a channel that should not be overlooked, that we've been trading in for years. 10, 12 years inside of here, and it's a very good reference point. So the fact that we're down here, ideally my biased self wants to say this is the lowest point, because if we do fall, I don't think we're going to go all the way down to here. It's possible, but I don't think so. The lowest we go to is down to 3,200, which would be pretty bad overall. It would pretty much incentivize a 32% drop, confirming that we are in a recession, which we're not in just yet, but we're 5% away from entering a recession. We don't want to see that, but it is still a big possibility. Ideally, what we're looking for here is a soft landing at 35 where we currently are, and hopefully we can just trend like that, because into 2023, this could be September of 2023, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It could be literally the end of 2023, and we could be back up to this level here, but in a much more supportive level, and then it could take us into 2024, into 2025 for us to really be back at the same levels here where we were at the previous. But because we've been, dollar cost averaging, we might be able to break even in 2023, the end of 2023 here, instead of being all the way here. So who knows? And the fact that we're continuing to dollar cost average is only helping our case. But we can still see a big drop. The only thing that I'm seeing now is because we're nearing oversold here, the likelihood that we can continue this is probably slim. I like to think the bottom is pretty much in. The lowest we can maybe fall is another 5%. So if we see a 30% drop, that's taken us down to this yellow line here. That's the bottom, rock bottom. But we've been reacting fairly well to the support here, and hopefully that can, move us back to the upside. That's the goal. But that's pretty much it, guys, for today's video. Everything's pretty much stagnant. I just hope we stay above supports. That's it. If we break through these supports, that's when we short. But otherwise, we haven't done that. If we break through supports, we short. If we break through supports here, we short. It's as simple as that. But until then, we're looking fairly good. I am being optimistic, but that's the goal here. Obviously, we can do all of our tradings on Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. Buy, sell, long, short, everything is on here. The best part is, and what makes them unique is they offer XRP, which no other exchange does, which is awesome here. At least not many that I know about. And they also offer a demo account. And the best part is, if you sign up with the link in the description, click on Mystery Box, you can actually earn some free crypto right there. So super cool. Make sure to check that out. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.